Okay. Hello. I actually got some sleep. Hello, I'm Zryken. For those of you guys who don't know, I streamed yesterday, right? And I was super tired. I didn't go to bed until like 2 or 3 in the morning, actually. After I said that, you know that thing where you're just like, you're tired, but you still want to stay up. I found myself watching clips of movies before I went to bed, and it took a lot longer than I thought. And it was just like, you're so enamored by it that it's just like, you kind of just want to watch a little more, right? So I just thought that was really funny. But yeah, I am not tired. I woke up like a couple hours ago actually, and I was just laying in bed. So yeah. So if you wanted to know, here's an update from yesterday. So if you were here yesterday in the stream, I opened a box and one of my orders was wrong. I contacted them shortly after stream and they just got back to me. So I was like, yeah, now I gotta go and find a post office or like a place that ships things so I can actually get that over with. The last time I had to do that was when something happened with the shot riser, and Ryder was reviewing that, and something happened within 2 hours, and then we got a replacement. So that was cool. So today, as you can tell from the title, we are going to continue this. I also realized in the middle of the week, when I was thinking about this, I realized that there's a little bit that I forgot or like am worried about, which is basically right here. I'll bring up the image again, but if you wanted to know, I have this purple, the pink thing on the elbow, near the elbow, right? And I realized that I kind of think I messed up somehow. I also messed up by not making this reactive. Hold on. There we go. And it should be good. You can see my mouse cursor now. But yeah, I just kind of realized that I sort of I was thinking about like how the pink thing is gonna work, but I don't think I have to worry about that yet. So we're gonna continue straight off from that, and we're on the other arm. I remember. So I think like this place was a little messier, but due to the stream yesterday, I did have to clean up a bit. So that was a fun thing to do. But yeah, like it's been a not so eventful week for me, I guess. How's everyone's week? Mine, like I said, mine wasn't really that eventful. I did get the cards I wanted, I guess, because I got. If you didn't see, I did sleeve them. I used petrol with the help of the friend. So I had the Stella Nova, Astronaut Yuki, like 2 of them, and then the Astro Mage Yuna, and then yeah, I'm gonna add this to the VTuber deck because I have the Vice Schwartz one, and it's a pretty big deck. But you know, at the moment, that is as much as I can get in terms of VTuber merch, because apparently cards are not easy to get. And I also got some other cards like in there. I left the deck in there, not deck, the box. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Sorry if I sound a little low on energy. I just kind of, I guess in a way, I've just finally got out of my own bed, so it's just fun. Right, now we gotta do the other hand. I think every time I do this, right, I sort of remember like the some of the things I started with, and the way I started it. So like I know I talked about it a lot, but I always love talking about how I started doing this, because I wouldn't have known how to do this if it wasn't for, I guess, what I grew up as. But it was definitely not a good start. Like, if anything, this is the way this started was basically me being a, I guess, like a bratty kid wanting toys, right? Like, do you know how it feels like when you see kids like at a store, and they're like constantly crying that they want something, or like a toy or anything? I was one of those kids. um, I don't think I did it in public. Not that, as far as I know, but I know I would be upset at the end, or like something like that. I don't remember. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have, for some reason, started making my own. And that's what these were. These started out as toys for my own entertainment. And a part of me is really happy I did that, because then I found out these are like actually like could be used as like art sculptures or like something else like that. And I think I did something wrong. Should be fine though, because the hands are usually the same anyways. Hey, hold on. I think I messed up somewhere. It's not good. It's too early to mess up. But no, like, in all seriousness, like, I guess like it's funny. Like, I stopped doing this as soon as I became an adult. I stopped doing this because it takes too much time, and I didn't have like what I do now, I guess. But like, I don't. Wait, should be okay. Even if the hands are like uneven, it's like nothing too bad. But like, hold on. What was my train of thought? Hold on, it has come back. This is also the annoying thing, where my train of thought is gone for the most part. um, so like I said, this wasn't really a great start, not the stream, but like this is still not really regarded as one of the greatest things I've done, I guess, because I remember when I was younger, um, I never cleaned up after myself, so you can see like tinfoil or like these just like everywhere, and my mother was not. My parents weren't happy. um, it's also the other thing. Weirdly enough, these were, in my parents' eyes, garbage, more or less, and it, I think, still is. I don't know. I just know that the thing is that I know that there was some people that I was aware of that was also a pretty how do I say this? They also didn't look at it in a good light because of the fact that it's like, you don't even have the space for it. But I'm like, but I don't make a lot of these. It's just one figure. It's one more figure. But yeah, like ever since I had to go get an ILL job and do this, it's been a very interesting thing. Actually, can I try this? So we could do that, then I'm thinking about changing some things up, so like that, right? Myself up like that. Then hopefully you guys can see that. Sorry. I'm just trying to change some things up. But I don't know if it's gonna be long term. Maybe I shouldn't have turned my header into like a like transparent PNG. I'll probably change that next time. Hey, there's that. Maybe I could get rid of that and just kind of do it like that. I don't know. I just kind of want things to be a little cleaner. So it's just like, change the pace. I don't know if anyone understands that, but yeah. Also, no, it's fine. It should be fine for now. Probably just for fingers. I don't know how to do that properly. Then I am trying to find something. Right, and then sorry, I am distracted right now. Right. Sorry. Just trying to find some music. But no, like in all honesty, like what the twist test stuff I did wasn't really looked at as like something good. Like if you had to look at it from like years ago, it was like how my drawings are now, where they used to be very thin, very stick like, and everything. It was not great. And I could say that with full confidence too. It was like it could have been better, and the length is not the same. Then should be fine. But I'm happy where this is, where this my skill is at right now, cause like I had to bring it back. If I had the old ones, it would have been way nicer to show, but it goes to this now, and this is like what's a high grade kit I have? Let's bring you in. So like the normal size for a high grade would be like this tall, right? And then you get this, and it's like slightly taller. And this took a lot of time. Like this is 5 days. Like basically, I think like 2 to 3 hours for 5 days. But that's because of the fact that I took my time on it. But like, yeah, it's one of those things I love doing. I used to love doing. Like I had a I used to like play with these because of like I said, I used to want toys, a lot of toys, and now that I do have the money to buy toys, I stopped doing this. So part of me is like, I gotta find a new reason to do this again. But it's not like I said, it's not like last year where I was able to do the frame, and then I was able to do this. Like I was able to finish the frame, and then do the skeletal like afterwards. So it's kind of sad. I think it's sad the fact that I haven't really been able to do this as often. But it's like drawing. Like I don't really have a good idea why I want to do these, but like the drawing streams, I guess. It's like I want to do them, but it doesn't always work out. Like the first drawing stream I did this year was not the greatest, and I won't even hide that. Like I didn't. I was like, I want to draw something. I'm gonna go do a stream of it, but I didn't have an idea, and nothing came out well. And that is the same with the last drawing stream that I did a couple weeks ago. Well, even that wasn't like it wasn't bad. I at least got some ideas out, but it wasn't like a big concrete thing like how I normally would do things, and it was kind of upsetting. Let's see. I think this needed another. Do it this way. Then stick this here. What I'm trying to do now is reinforce this arm, because the elbow is all noodle spaghetti. Like it's weak as it's weak as a noodle. I would say. Um, Obviously, it's gonna look different in shape because no side ever is ever done the same way. I guess that's the other annoying thing about this, where it's like you want to make it symmetrical, but basically, since it's me, it's almost impossible. And the reason why I say it's impossible is not because of the fact that I can't do it. It's the fact that like there's different methods. I did different methods for both arms. As you can see, the arms are slightly different in length. I didn't realize that until now. Right. Then there we go. Get that around. Because what I'm trying to do is trying to remake this, but I don't exactly know how I did this, so it sucks. But okay. Also, like, I know I said it before, but I don't think I'm going to be playing Dragon's Dogma for a long time. Dragon Dogma 2. Because, as you saw from my stream, visually, I don't know what happened. It's like kind of broken. I think I kind of want to play through that part just because of how janky it is, actually. Just to see how janky my game is. So, right here's the elbow. And right here's the elbow. Okay, so it basically lines up. Right. Then, here is that. Then here is that. And then there we go. I think this should work for a bit. Maybe. Yeah, it kind of works. And then we could just close the fists. Because we don't need to do anything with these yet. And see how that goes. So the thing is, as you could tell, they're different lengths. So it's kind of sad. Actually, should I turn on the other one? Will that help? Yeah, it does. Okay. And now we gotta do the other thing. Basically thicken up the neck. And see how this is gonna go. Because I want to make the neck a little thicker, but also make it so that way it's a little more... I was gonna say closer to the line art. Which, also, I just realized I don't have it on here. Let me add that. Image source. Existing. Yeah. Oh, that's too big. I feel like it would make more sense if I did like this. But yeah, like... God, I just hit the thing again. Yeah, as you can see, like... Oh shit, hold on. You can tell from the neck, it's not that thick. Well, actually, you can use my model as a reference too. But like, I don't want it to be too thin, but not too thick either. But now I have to... Wait, there's a loose bit here. What's this part of? But now I'm actually at that part where after this, I have to thicken it up. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to do that. And add some details that I don't normally add. So the one thing I really love when I make these is, for some reason, I always love doing like a spinal column and just like making it like all sectioned out. I don't know why. It's just one of my favorite things. But I'll do that after I thicken up some other parts. And that can stay. 1, 2, 3. This isn't as long as I'd like, but let's see. It looks like it works. Actually, now thinking about it, this might be a last minute thing. It wasn't really last minute. I was thinking about it for like earlier this week, but maybe I could change up tomorrow Cause the last couple weeks I've been playing nothing but Megata Musashi, so I might just like change it up and actually play another game instead. Like, cause I think it was just more or less just like I might be overthinking it, but like I might have just gotten a little too stale to the point where it's just like every week I'm just playing one game, and I only stream like 2 or 3 times, like basic at most 2 times a week, right? So I'm like, I could probably just try and like change it up again, especially like when I did say I want to play like certain games again. So I'm like, might go back into some of those. Where's the knee here? Hey. You do that. And get another one. I can't grab these. But so far, like I said last week, the plastic, these plastic ones, not so bad. I was expecting a flatter color though, to be honest, but it's not it because I specifically typed in paper, paper material. Hold on. I need water. Hold on. Hey, just looking through Spotify. Like that's a funny thing. I finally got. This is a weird story. So, I got, I got Spotify. I just got Spotify. The reason why is because of Gotchard. And like it's just because of the fact that like I didn't want to just look at like places like Mugen Enterprise. No offense to them, but like I just didn't want it to be like rely on one source that isn't the main source. And Spotify is free. I haven't had to deal with ads yet. Funny enough, unless like the ads are like more visual. So it's just like okay, might as well. Okay, now how am I going to do the legs? I might as well do it this way. Also, like, I think it's funny. With my model, my current one, I actually got rid of the flaps on the back of the leg because of the fact that, like, I made it so that way it would be easier for me to draw myself again, right? And I have not drawn myself again ever after making my model. Like the thing I've kept consistent are the pens, but never like the entire design itself. Like it's the chest and the pens that, and maybe the mohawk thing that I'm rocking. That always worked out just fine. And I thought that was a funny case because I'm like, it just means that there's more things I could have made simpler. But you know, I'll it's not perfect it. I'll find my own design eventually. I mean, I already did, but I mean, like, I'll simplify it enough to make it like easy for myself. I guess is what I want to say. Let's see. And this way. Then, actually another thing I've never used was zip ties. I know like what they used for, right? But I'm kind of curious to see how it would look with this. Although I don't think it would work, because zip ties are like a one-way use thing, and they hurt actually. I remember, I think it was on the job or stuff like that, where I actually have gotten cut from them, and it's like, okay, lovely. It's not great. All right, let's do it like that. Then, oh, also, I'm excited for tonight. There's like two things I'm looking forward to. So tonight is a stream with Fauna and Gura. They are doing a Dark Souls remastered race. I don't know what the punishment would be, but I feel like it's gonna be like some kind of like ASMR thing, knowing their skills. But like also, Rainbow Gotcha debuts tonight, and I've been listening. Like that was the entire reason why I've been listening to the Rainbow Gotcha theme. It's called "The Sky's the Limit," and it's so good. I had to say that it's like super good. I recommend anyone like to get like not get Spotify, but like if anyone like finds it on the internet, I recommend you give it a listen. But yeah, also like the design for Rainbow Gotchard is like very unique. It's saying like it's very it's like rainbow, but like in the ways I never expected it to be. Because I thought that I would have an issue with the helmet, but it's like super confusing. And the reason why I say it's super confusing is because it looks flat, but then you look at the side and it's super pointy. And it's like an optical illusion all around, and it's kind of cool. Okay. I think the feet are gonna be like really big compared to my actual model. Let's see. Actually, I can do that, I think. Bring these up out of the way. Everything's already in the way in terms of like being down here anyways. Right. Then we do this. Also, like now think about it, like when it comes to like, I know I was talking to friends about VTubers, but I was also like, this is also pertaining to like a weird drama I saw, where like, a certain company, wants to give twin VTubers to compete, and it kind of comes to show that it's like, yeah, it's not great, I guess. But it's just like it's missing the mark. Why do you need twin VTubers to be popular? That kind of thing. It's like it's a current fad. It's just something that grew really big, but it's not really like something I would probably say is ever worth. Because then that means that you're not looking at them as people, like as talents. You're just looking at them as like a marketing factor, and it's like it's not always the greatest. And I was thinking about this. It's like yeah, you could get like duos or like people who can like work really well, but like eventually down the line, all that's gonna break down, right? Isn't a part of me is thinking about it in a somewhat weird way, where it's like, not all of it lasts forever, and there are even duels or like groups that actually have, um, like disbanded because of like stuff happening and whatnot, or like change of like changing goals, that kind of thing. Or different. What is it called? Like difference in opinion, something like that. But it's like most of it is most like I would say, hopefully, is solved like in a more positive light. Okay. So then we got that. And we got this. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, in terms of Hololive merch, I realized that I've been seeing a lot of Minato Aqua more than anyone else. So it makes me wonder, like, how does she have a whole bunch of marketing compared to everyone else? Because like I remember, like in terms of like physical merch, I've been seeing a whole bunch of like figures, like figurines of her, and they're like really expensive. Unless she's like really into that thing, then that's kind of like really cool. Wait, how's this gonna go? Looks like it works. Okay. Now what I can do now is actually, since I have these down here, attach these to the feet. This one could go to the back. Oh, did I mention? Oh, hey, Ark. Uh, um, I played Final Fantasy 14, right? I didn't play. I played the free version. I didn't go through much of it, but the funny thing about it is that when I actually got back into it last time, which was like I guess last week or something, I think it was last weekend or something. I remember it was just a day for me, and I tried getting back into it, and I got lost. Like immediately, right when I jumped in, I'm like, "Where am I supposed to go?" And I struggled a bit, and I was like, "Yep, welcome back, I guess." I was supposed to find an NPC. Found out that NPC was actually buried behind a large crowd of people, because that NPC was also really tiny. So I'm like, "Oh God," because I was doing a side quest, and then I did the a a main story quest, and funny thing, I actually died, not for the boss, but waiting outside, because I was just like, yeah, I'm eating, I'm gonna go eat quick, and then yeah, and then I died. So it's just like, oh yeah, forgot about that. But yeah, I think like the farthest I've gotten, and I still have to finish the first expansion, because as a free player, they let you go that far, I guess. So it's like, okay, that's cool. So I'm happy that I'm able to experience Final Fantasy 14 as a free player, and that's kind of all I had. That's kind of all I have for it. It was just like, uh, everything else is just like it's just so yeah. Yeah, like I think my only issue when I was actually playing again was like I don't remember the layout for my palettes that I had. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. What is happening? Or like, I looked at some of the abilities because I'm a dragoon, right? And I was like, okay. And I found out that I had another palette for those dragoon skills. I'm like, oh, okay, what are these skills? And I just like lunged, like I did a jump. I'm like, wait, these are the dragoon abilities, aren't they? So it was. It's not it's not the fact that I didn't enjoy it. It's the fact that I left it for so long that like I just kind of forgot. And I also remember that Final Fantasy 14 is one of those games that you had to like basically dedicate a lot of your time to. And while it's not bad because it is an MMO, it's definitely a thing that reminds me of why I'm not that big into MMOs. Or I like I stated before, I'm not a big fan of like really grindy games because of the fact that like I've had to go through a few of them, and it's not the fact that they were bad experiences. They were okay at best, but I just didn't really have the time. I I kind of wish I had time to dedicate to those, but it's like it'd be like me waking up every day doing the same thing, and it would just be like a job. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I've never found my uh game that I could just sink hours. Actually, no, I did find my game, and that was Gundam Breaker. So like I was just sink hours in a Gundam Breaker, just making like a new kit, or like just building like a custom Gundam, and just being like, the possibilities are unlimited or limitless. So it's really cool. What is this remix? Ah, I didn't realize Mori had a lo-fi album. There's an entire like on Spotify. There's this whole Hololive original songs playlist. So I'm like, that's cool. Right. I think this kind of thickness is fine. I mean, I could always adjust it when I need to. Now, we just gotta make the body thicker. Like, we gotta, in a sense, we gotta reinforce the shoulder parts. We gotta widen the hips a bit, I guess, and like thicken up the main body. But the other problem I'm having now is basically, how am I gonna do the scarf? But I think what I could do is I could use this. Maybe? I don't know how that's gonna work though. Right then. But like, other than that, like the only actually now think about it, the only other MMO I've it's not really an MMO, is it? But like I've been playing I used to sink a lot of time in a Warframe. And mainly because of the fact that it was like this action like third person shooter that is free and still is free, but like it's just like the craziest thing. Like imagine being mind blown by a free to play game that is just that basically lives up to like almost lives up to its name as like an MMO, not really an MMO, but like the one as one of the best online games, but still sucks for beginners, really, because like I think Warframe still has that thing where it still sucks to play as a beginner, but like everything you see, except for like things that are like Prime, are like free. Like everything in that game, you can get for free. Like you see that weapon, you want to get it, you can grind for it. It's gonna suck, but like it feels a little rewarding, cause like it's not like League or it's not like anything else where you have to like understand a kit and make it like it work the one way. It's like you're free to choose how you play in that game, basically, as long as you're not a douchebag. But like, there's like so many things in Warframe. It's crazy. But I've also delved into Fantasy Star Online, and I love Fantasy Star Online too. And I remember playing a bit of the Japanese server because that was the only thing they had at the time. The only thing I could say was that it was not bad. Like, I loved how it made you feel a little like it gave you that thing where it's just like that the anime friendship is power thing, and it felt so good after each episode. And then you get like the ending, like the final episode, and it's just it was a like that how do I explain it? It's like the cherry on it's like the strawberry to a cake. It completes it all. And it was just like I know I butchered that saying, but like it was like my favorite ending because of the fact that that ending was like super emotional, because you know that in that point it took them 10 years to get to that final ending, and then you see New Genesis, and it I just couldn't get into it, sadly. I would like to actually. I was like, maybe I could stream it, but I realized that might be a mistake. But one day, I figure out what I want to do in New Genesis, because like I don't. I think what took me out of it was the fact that like you had to use like certain like equipment loads. You had to know everything, and everything is like I think that's what took me away from online games as well. It's like there's just so much management that as a new player, you need to have someone that's super experienced know what they're doing. So I couldn't necessarily like get into it, I guess. It kind of sucked now I think about it. Because I'm like, I just want to go in, beat up some guys, and have fun. But it's not the case. And well, it's not a downside, but for someone like me that just wants to have fun and not think about things too much, yeah, it's kind of rough. I guess it's rough. There, as you can see, we made the legs a little thicker, but like it still has the joints and everything. But actually, now I think about it, this is like probably the smoothest I've actually had. This is kind of cool, actually, because like I'm supposed to do it this. See, like this, maybe like this. So it's gonna be interesting seeing how this is gonna be playing out. But now we gotta do the elbows. So I'm just gonna put one right here. Another one right here. Yeah, that's true. Like, I don't I think the one thing is that I used to look down on people that play Warcraft. That was really rude of me. But like, I I just didn't like it, and I'm still pretty like I'm pretty lenient now. Like I don't really care because it's the fact that it's like, hey, people like different things. It's fine. But like, uh, when I was younger, I was an idiot, so I didn't know better. But no, like I think it was just one of Warcraft is one of those things that I feel like it's like One Piece. Some of the MMOs I look at like the same way as One Piece, where it's just like what it's a little late to like experience it, but it's never. I don't think it's like that. But like, it just feels like too long, and I don't know if I want to have like if I have the time to invest. And I also don't like subscription games. Like I could never follow that model of like buy a game to and pay like monthly for it. Cause my dad had this online game called City of Heroes, and that was an online subscription game. And I think that game is dead. Actually, now I think about it. But it was definitely like something I wasn't too fond of, like that kind of marketing. But like understand in the long run that that's basically how the game still lives and runs, but it's just not the way I want to experience it, I guess. I had to get some water. Now I think about it. There was like actually now that I think about it, there was one MMO I think I did play. I didn't play a lot of, but like it was a game where you play as a Titan and you just kind of the thing I remember is I spent an entire day playing it and it was fun. But I think I at the time I was also playing God of War, so every time I saw purple, I always thought of Hades. So I'm like, okay, but like because like I was an edgelord, so I thought Hades was cool because death. How am I gonna do the head is now the question. Oh god. But like, uh, there's like some other ones I actually was also looking forward to. Like, hold on. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Hold on. Let me take the up chat. Yeah, that is true. I don't know how Warcraft works, but it at least on the bright side, like it doesn't tell me to upgrade as often. But like, I guess that's the fun thing. That the nice thing. Final Fantasy 14 isn't like, hey, remember to upgrade. Remember to like if you or like asking me like every time I log in or something. It's like, hey, make sure you buy the full game if you like it. It's like, no, it's not. It's not really forcing itself on you. Okay, how am I doing this? This is gonna be weird. But like, other than that, like, there's other MMOs that I wanted to play, like Blade and Soul. That was a very I would say it looks interesting, but it was very fan servicey. I remember, but also like I think recently I've started getting pretty annoyed about like how the fan service goes as far as MMOs. And normally it's not really an issue, right? But I'm like, can I just go through a game that doesn't have like jiggles? I've only played a little bit of Blade and Soul though, to be honest. Like I couldn't really get into it. Like there's another thing. I hate the MMO control scheme. I don't know why, but I don't like the idea of clicking a button on your mouse to turn the camera. I just find it very, to me, I just find it very inefficient. I think that was the thing I was trying to figure out for myself. And then I played a bit of Vindictus. And that's also like my first foray with Nexon. You know, a company that's most infamous for basically just, I don't know. Something about Blade and Soul though, like I liked it in terms of premise, but it just didn't capture me as much as I thought. Another thing was that like with Vindictus, it had the right control scheme for me, and this is before I found Warframe. So it was just like, okay. Uh, I would say like the best thing I found was that there's like some interesting bits about it, but if you wanted to get like better armor or anything, you had to pay a lot of money. I hated that. Also, like the name itself was very interesting because like it's called Vindictus in the like outside of Korea, but in Korea it's called Mabinogi Origins. So I'm like, wait, why? Why change the name? That kind of thing. But I also actually that reminds me, I tried Mabinogi a little bit, and I just couldn't get into it. But it's also the fact that like, so I'm talking about all these. Yeah, Vindictus is Mabinogi Origins. I also have, what was it? Black Desert. I have Black Desert as well. Yeah. Hold on. Let me let me look it up. Wikipedia. No, it was originally released as Mabinogi Heroes in South Korea, and then later in North America and other regions, and then later in North America and other regions as Vindictus. It is a prequel to DevCat's previous MMORPG Mabinogi, set in the same world, although two games have very different gameplay. Wikipedia helped me out. I just gotta make this head a little rounder. Is it? I know the only thing I know about Black Desert well, since I do have it. But like, I just know that it's an MMO, but it's like um, I just know that Monty. People were like, "Don't tell Monty about Black Desert" because of the character customization. Because I think at the time it had a pretty in-depth like character creation. Right. Let's see. Right. But yeah, like I still have yet to. I don't know if I want to dive into like certain MMOs. I know Hermit got me into like trying out the game Terra online because of the fact that I think there's like private server. I have not gone on since, but it's funny to know that that game was saved by a lolly race. I didn't know that existed. Shin Megami Tensei Imagine Megaten. I gotta take a look at that now. Imagine Sarish Megaten. Was 2007. Holy cow. And then 2008 and 2012. Oh, the online would be transferred out this online. Yeah. Oh, sad. I know there is a private server for Gundam Evolution, so I've been kind of trying to. Well, not trying. I'm kind of low key curious. I'm going back into Gundam Evolution because of the fact that I'm super upset still that the thing they did was the last mobile suit they released was Camphor, and I love the Camphor, and it sucks that it just it didn't get the screen time or the game time it needed. But yeah, I know there was a PvP game. Actually, now I think about it, that I was actually low key interested in. It was called Rise of the Incarnates, and it was literally like I said, it was a PvP game, but it played like Gundam versus, but like with people that could change into demons and stuff. Let's see. I could do it like this, maybe with the head. Alright, then it's that. And then there's also another PvP game called Nosgoth. And I remember that because of the fact that I used to like Legacy. I like the Legacy of Kain games. I've never played them. I've only played like a bit of Soul Weaver. But like I just remember Nosgoth was supposed to be a spin-off of that game. Of those games. So it's just like vampires versus humans. That kind of thing. So it's just like, okay. Now I'm just thinking, how am I going to do the... Oh, I have the blue. That should be fine. But yeah, like, there's just so many old games that I remember hearing about online that just kind of went out. Maybe the head should be fine. Hey, Megadon. Alright. The head is also weird. Just the way it's shaped, unfortunately, is not up my alley. Right. Now, what else do I remember? What other old games? There's some old games I actually want to try playing on stream. I wonder if it'll be okay though. Because one of them is like an old Atlas game called Trap Gunner. And what Trap Gunner is think of it in the style of the old 80s, 90s anime, but like you play as an assassin that you have to basically kill your opponent with traps. But like basically searching for traps, disarming traps, and killing your opponents with those traps. It was a very fun game. Especially for my childhood. But like, I guess it also didn't help that one of the characters in Trap Gunner was also a ninja, so it kept me in it pretty well. Right. Let's take this and bend it over to the front. That way it doesn't look like it's going off too far. This is supposed to be the part of the mohawk, by the way. Right, then this is not final. But the head is not final. I just want to get the shape out. And how am I going to do this actually? Maybe like this. Then tie this around. And put this over the front. So it's like suspenders. Then here. Tie this around the front. Right bottom. Oh, also, now that I think about it, I finished watching Spider-Man, like the '90s cartoon Spider-Man, and it was interesting. I just thought it was funny how most of the storylines in that weren't finished, and I was totally okay with that. There's some of the storylines in there weren't finished, but then like it's also like not like today's writing standards where it's just like most of the arcs do have the end, and I'm totally fine with that. And like it also made me realize that Peter Parker in general was the only Peter Parker that wanted to stop being a Spider-Man the entire life, the entire series. Like he's the only one that was just like, if it wasn't because of me being Spider-Man, I would have been able to like be happy. Like he kind of actively blames his decision to be Spider-Man like as the reason why he can't really be happy. So part of me is like, man, this Spider-Man is really the one suffering. So like, I don't know. It's very interesting. Not to mention like he's also like the most aggressive, I would say, because like he feels a lot. Right. We sort of got the foundation for the chest ready. It's like it's all triangular. I think what I could do is like actually make the shoulder pads, because originally the shoulder pads are like black on the bottom, as you can see from the line art, black on the middle and bottom, right? For the most part, yeah. Yeah, like funny thing, the black suit showed up in the first season. I thought it would showed up. I thought it would have shown up in like season 2 or 3, because there's like 5 seasons. But no, the black suit showed up really early. And I'm like, huh, okay. And that's where you get him to do the whole shocker thing. And I'm like, that's great. um, it was also one of those instances where he and Shocker were trading like jokes, and a part of me was just like, guys, get a room. That kind of thing, because they were just like trading off like frequently. I'm like, man, is it weird to feel this awkward with this? But no, it was great. I loved it. Now, I am working on the spinal column, because this is how I do it. So this feels very satisfying to do as well. But also like it's funny actually. So my favorite Spider-Man villain really is Carnage, right? Because of the fact that, funny enough, it was the Carnage from that show that made me love him a lot. Like it like I don't think I've seen a perfect, like, I guess just pure chaotic villain, like like just chaotic like villain like Carnage. So like I really liked that Carnage because of like the fact that he's just there. And then he also like that Carnage was also just like my, I guess, ideal like villain kind of thing. One of my ideals, I guess. Alright, time to wrap this around the neck. Strangle. Oh wait, I could just tie it into the head too. Oh, with all this, my fingers are gonna hurt. But like the funny thing, Carnage doesn't show up until season 3, and also Carnage doesn't stay in the show. He's only there for like 3 episodes. But like the thing I learned about watching like old cartoons like that is how much I really love how janky the animation is sometimes. Because I remember starting it off with X-Men, and then like you see how awkward a lot of it was. Like a lot of the animation stuff like was like it was super awkward. Like it was super like it was all hand drawn, but like that there's like a whole bunch of mistakes. Like for example, there's like a filter, like I guess a cell that they would have that would show a laser, but instead of being behind the hand, it was over the hand, so you could see where that is just a big red block, and that was like my favorite bit about it. This. I don't want to do this too much, otherwise it's gonna overlap with the original design, maybe? Not too much. I'm not trying to do all that yet. But also like I watched the entirety of X-Men 97. That was interesting because I never thought that they'd be trying to kill off like I never thought they'd be okay with killing off certain characters or just doing the entire Genosha massacre. So I'm like, okay. Let's see. What I also watched Spider-Man Unlimited. That was really short. It was really interesting, and I still can't believe it's ended on a cliffhanger. Little cliffhanger. That also it made me realize like Spider-Man does look cool in a cape, kind of like it was just all made out of web, but it doesn't have a use. So I was just like, what does he use his cape for? Let's see how is this gonna go. now I could chill with the current way things look. Put this. And put this one over. Or just do it like this. And what I'm doing now is finally working on the shoulder pads. Or the base of it, at least. Then. Right, that is that. Next one. I should probably still work on the hips though, because he has the tail. Zryken doesn't have a tail. So let's see. Okay. There we got that. But actually, now I think about it, I'm still thinking about how baffled I was with the Iron Man animation, because like the opening was not what I expected. The second opening was what I kind of expected, but it's also still just it was a major it was a major change in design. Because I think at that point as well, Tony Stark has a mullet, so I'm like, okay, when did this happen? And like, I guess it's also one of those things where it just didn't make sense in general. Okay. That. Then. And right here. But it didn't stay. And this should be fine if I just twist it around the leg. Maybe. I'm gonna add a little more. Right, then. There we go. I hope this works out. Because then when I go back to it, it can be a little bit, it would be better. Like, it would actually have armor and everything. So that would be nice. So we could do this. And this again. And what I'm doing now is kind of making the stomach area into like a strange accordion thing. Where I think if I do this right, it'll give it a weird, like, layered look. Maybe? I'm not too confident in that. But, like, it doesn't really work because of the fact that, you know, it's all black. So it's like, what's the point? Wait, there should be another one, huh? That's right here. Alright, then we got that. Like, I think the other funny thing is that I made the body thicker when you look at it from the side, right? So like, you see it gain more mass, but when it's like this, it's not. Nothing changed. So I'm definitely on that side where I know this is gonna be a lot bulkier. But like, it's not a bad thing either. It's gonna be bulkier, but it's gonna work out just fine, I think. So we could do it like that. And just gonna do it this way. And then we do it like that. So that way it's two on each side. It's fine if the back, to me, I think it's fine if the back looks like this. It's not as clear, it's not as messy, but like, it's fine. Just gonna be armor that goes over it. And there's also gonna be like more layering on the arms. Maybe I should do that, huh? Because I spent a lot of time like thickening this thing up, so I could probably try fattening up the arms and making it more stable. Actually, can I'll layer it up one more with the black. So that way it can work. Because I never tried the other one, the red one. Because I don't know if it's the right color. Because it was supposed to be a little more pinker. I think this arm's fine. Just this arm that looks weird. Oh. I gotta stop doing that. Alright, so what I just did was twist it around. But it's not gonna be final, I think. Then we got this. Hopefully it stays. Okay, that should be good. The right amount of bulk. And now it looks like, I don't know, it's very uneven now. Now, just gotta find a way to do this. Because it's supposed to be a big... Oh, not big, but like, you know. It's supposed to be round. So I'm just gonna figure out if it's better to do it this way or the other way. Right. Now this is gonna be an issue, I think. Now the only other issue I would have is the fact that if not done right, the shoulder is gonna droop down a lot. But I'll figure that out. There we do it like that. Then like that. Then right here. And right here. Then yeah, that works. And now I just gotta figure out how to make the bulk. I think actually should be fine if I just had the foundation, because the rest of it is supposed to be white on, so the underside is supposed to be black, so we're doing it okay. And then the top side, which I think is like the top half, is white. And then the outer layer should be pinkish red. Reddish pink. So we got it like this. For the most part, it's not going to be even, obviously. Okay. You could do that. Then we got that. Is the shoulder supposed to be bigger than my head? No. It's supposed to be flush. I think I somewhat messed up. Oh. So we could do it that way. Press it down a little bit. And do it like that. So, in a way, we're getting there. But it's all black, so you can't really see it. Okay. Let's see. Let's try it that way. Right. Then I wonder. There isn't really a way for me to fill the inside in. I realized. Or I could just attach it to the arm. Yeah, we could do that. We could do it like... How do I want to do this actually? So I'm going to do it this way. Then this other way. Oh god. Hold on, I gotta stand. I've been sitting so long. Oh, it's already 1. Crazy. We made a lot of progress. Whoa. A lot more progress than I thought. I never thought I'd get to part of the armor. Just that. Just flatten that a bit. Let's see. We could do it like this. Then the only part that's annoying me right now is the backside, because it's like it's really bare. It's only the front part that's covered, but not the backside. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Actually, I don't think it should be that hard. It probably just means I need to put more focus on the backside. Or right. So we can do it this way. It'll be refined a lot more when I get back to it with the rest. But also, it's also going to show me that the shoulders are going to be bigger than they should be. Because this is how they are right now. So. What else was I going to do? Is there anything else? So, I don't have any cloth. I'm gonna say, I could probably take this and like pretend it's like a muffler. So it's gonna be like this for the most part. So it's close. We're getting there. As you can see, like, yeah, I just found this, so I'm just like, you know, might as well use it for something for now. And then we could try posing him. Let's see how it is. Let's see. I think I should also just highlight what the knee armor is going to be. Again, because I did that last time. So now we could just do this. Then and so that it doesn't get in the way, I'm just going to bend these. So, maybe I should probably think of a better pose, but for now, he's turning out pretty good. Yeah. So I guess the bright side, the base is done. Actually, this looks a lot cooler than I thought. It's kind of sad because it's gonna be bulked up and it's gonna lose all this. I think there's just something really special about just having it all like this, though. Which also reminds me, I was gonna say I need to buy more foil, but I could always use the backside of it too. But yeah, that I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. I mean, this is a lot of podcasts already. I mean, like, we started with like not even like the other half of the arm and like no head, and now we just bulked them out. And this is actually the like everything feels solid for now. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. We will pick this up another day. Tomorrow we will play a different game to change up the pace for Megatomi Musashi. So, hope you guys look forward to it. But yeah, can he stand? He can stand. But how is he compared to like, well, shorter in a bit, in a way? I guess I've been making larger figures. How about next to a high grade? One that I haven't had in a while, taken out in a while. Silver Bullet is... Well, Silver Bullet is still taller, as you can see. So it's just like, yeah. But, yeah. I will leave it at that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys look forward to the game I'm going to play. I haven't figured that out yet. But yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.